كذبت ثمود بطغواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسول الله فكذبوه فعقروها عليهم ربهم بذنبهم قولوا الله ناقة الله وسقياها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بهم سواها لا يخاف عقبى العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على واحلل عقدة من لسان. The founder Jawad Shirri, and Surah Al-Fatiha for the board members, deceased, your deceased, and all the martyrs of Islam. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. قال الله جل وعلا في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا لكم مبين ونعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم. In the name of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, did we not come, dear brothers and sisters in Islam and faith and in humanity, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The subject is and how He misguides mankind. In order that we may worship Allah, we have to disobey shaitan and obey Allah. When we want to reach Allah, we have to say La ilaha. Then we say Allah. And if we don't know how He deceives us, we need to know the tools and the tricks shaitan uses to guide mankind. And before we get into that, we need to know shaitan himself. Because we see that most of the time that we are misguided, that we have a tendency to blame shaitan for every misguidance. And every time we do something wrong, we blame shaitan. And on the day of judgment, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to come to us and ask, why did you commit so many sins? The answer will be, it was shaitan that misguided me. There's a description, or you want to get what's the response of an employee. So you go and you read his, and you find that what is shaitan's job? Shaitan's job is to come and to misguide. But Allah Ta'ala wants to guide us. So you really come, and this question comes to mind. Wouldn't it have been better if Allah did not create shaitan? If He didn't create Satan? Why did Allah make shaitan? Why did He create him? The answer to that question is Allah, He did not create shaitan. He did not make him a shaitan. Allah made a jinn that turned into shaitan. What does Allah say in Surah Al-Dhariyat, Surah 51, verse 56? Very clearly, He states, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So Allah created the whole purpose of mankind, the creation of mankind and jinn is to worship Allah. Okay. So Allah did not make shaitan He created the jinn, the one that you find always in the principal's office. You know, the birth to a shaitan, birth to a God-fearing son, a patient son, a son who's going to be a helping hand in the community. Attention. Likewise, this was with the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, creating the jinn. He created, his intention was to create the jinn, but he turned into Iblis, shaitan. Now Allah, okay, we understand that your intention was not to create this evil creature. So Allah, that He was going to give the believers such a hard time. Why did you let him live? Allah let him live. Why He let him live was because it's good for the religion, for the growth of the and this of shaitan's existence. He came to misguide the people, to take them away from Allah, to guide mankind. Now, shaitan came with proofs of why the people should follow him. And the prophets came one by one, from Ibrahim to Isa to Musa to Nuh, and Prophet Muhammad as well. But we believe that Prophet Muhammad was the first creation for his Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. So we leave prophets giving his proofs. But there was one proof and one argument that the prophets did not have an answer to. That shaitan did. He had the upper hand. Shaitan came, no matter what the prophets say, I am older than them. I mean, who are they? Which Muslim will come and agree Shaitan is older, follow him. If you agree, then you will cease to be called a Muslim. Why? Because you believe in Shaitan. You don't believe in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. Therefore, is the best proof that age does not matter. What matters is right. What matters is argument. So if you come and say that Ali ibn Abi Talib, because the other Khalifas are older, then you should come to accept Shaitan as your leader because he is older. Therefore, letting us know that age, he is coming and he is destroying that argument. Therefore, the first thing that Shaitan is teaching us is that age has nothing to do with it. It doesn't matter if you are young. It doesn't matter if you are old. What matters is that you are saying the truth. If an older person says the truth, then we will accept it. So, nothing to do with age. People who obey the truth and not the age. If an infant comes with the truth, we will accept it. Like for example, whether it's from an older person or a younger person. There is a hadith. Ali is with truth, and the truth is with Ali. So therefore, age has benefit. Everything in this life has an expiration date. For example, Shaitan, we come to Shaitan for example, and he was 6,000 years alive before Adam. And today, he's still that dead. Can anyone come and say that Shaitan is dead? No. And they say that Allah has kept him alive. And he has accepted that he lives. Okay, just one question here. If years to misguide, then why can't Allah keep the of our time of Imam and to prove that the Imam is alive or dead? If Allah, therefore, then why can't He keep the Imam alive for only 1,200 years? Therefore, this is the second benefit to Shaitan's existence. Because if shaitan wasn't alive, then that's the time that you go into mathematics, into algebra, into calculus, and you do all those calculations of shaitan. Now shaitan, he comes to you and he whispers in your ear and he tells you to commit a sin. Now, committed that sin. Someone comes and he asks you this question. Did you commit that sin? Who made you commit that sin? You'll come and you'll say, you see him? No, but he misguided me. So you're saying that shaitan is hidden and we can't see him, but he misguided you. Very interesting. He was hidden and he misguided you, then if Allah can keep shaitan alive in such a state that you can't see, you see that Allah He alive and he misguiding the people. So on that same token, Imam al-Mahdi is still alive, he's hidden, and he's guiding the people. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Imam's is shaitan's wujud, his existence. For him, it would be hard to prove that the Imam is still alive, but shaitan came and he proved it to us. The fourth benefit of shaitan's existence, for example, have an election, and Allah is party, and shaitan's party. And Allah is on the ballot, and shaitan is on the ballot. Who do you think will win? Any guesses? This side? Any guesses from this side? Either the devil or Allah. Which one? Allah? However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, He admits in the Quran that if there was an election between Allah and the devil, that he will lose and shaitan will win. What does he say in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 100? He says, أَكْثَرُهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ, and most of them will not believe. Only the few, only on the discussion of majority and minority. We all agree that shaitan is the majority, right? Because Allah said in the Quran, يُؤْمِنُونَ, right? So, right? Okay. So, Allah has already declared that shaitan believe in me. So Allah's followers are less, shaitan's followers are more. So if we want to come to the fact that shaitan has more followers and that the majority of them follow him and say that shaitan is right, shaitan. So do you accept the fact shaitan has the majority? Then you must accept. Because if you answer no, then you can accept this fact. You have to, then you cannot accept shaitan because he is the majority or minority. Shaitan's existence teaches us that you can be the majority and still be wrong. Because followers are more and they are still wrong. Therefore, shaitan teaches us that haqq is something and majority is something else. Therefore, Allah kept shaitan. This brings us. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He asked everyone to do sajda, to prostrate. Shaitan didn't make sajda. So what did Allah do? He kicked him out and he told him, get out of my court. Is it that you want something from me? I mean, you don't deserve anything. So shaitan told him, Allah, I worshipped you for 6,000 years. And I did sajda and I did and I did all of it, just give me something. You complain. So, shaitan, 6,000 years I worshipped, I want something. So the fifth thing that shaitan is teaching us is that he could have asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive him. But if he asked for heaven, Allah would have given him. And no one enhanced that shaitan had. Only chance. What did he ask for? He asked for a long life. As shaitan was leaving, he says, "Reprieve me the day they are resurrected." In Surah verse 14. He said, Allah, all I want is life. I don't want anything else. Okay, you want a long life. So what is shaitan teaching us here? He's teaching us of worship. How when you practice the shaitan, you will want the reward in this, right? For example, give me a long life, oh Allah. Pray right away, Allah, give me a long life. Give me a nice house. Give me that set of makeup tools. Give me a teddy bear. Give me a place box. Whatever you like, give me. You want the reward in this life. Like that into our life, so we can understand a better perspective. For example, when you go back home, there's two different kinds of people, two types of people. There is the old people, they come to a choice. And the retired people, the reason why they ask is because they want a job. So you find that that person will be on that prayer mat and praying for that purpose. And then after 3-4 months, he will go to the Sheikh, I've been praying for 3 to 4 months, and I've been, the reason why I'm praying is because I want that job, and I'm not getting that job. So the Sheikh, he tells him, what are you praying for? Are you praying, the purpose of your prayer, is it for that job, or is it for the sake of getting closer to Allah? You find that he was Allah for the godly life. And this is the worship of the shaitan. Sallu ala Muhammad. What did he want in return for his worship? He wanted life. The difference between shaitan's worship and Allah's worship. To the worship of a believer, it's different. The mu'min, he does not worship Allah to seek a worldly return. Rather, he worships Allah to seek the reward of our prayers. It's very important to understand. For example, if I buy a house, or if I'm to a house, it's more than that. Therefore, worship is the same thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for all the worship that you've been doing. It's not necessarily that you are praying on the prayer. Worship is also mother at the house, wash the dishes. Worship is when you take out the garbage. Example, worship is when you help her clean, help your father. When your father comes back from work, you tell him, Baba, stand on that prayer mat. He was actions before he became a prophet. And that's how we can defend and we can curb this false propaganda against Islam and against the followers of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad afterlife. And that the real of Allah's worship lies in the hereafter. And just to add to this point and to solidify this point, when we come to the worship of the 14 infallibles, you find that the way that they worshipped Allah was impeccable, was so great, and the purpose, look at their purpose behind their worship. When they worshipped Allah, they did not seek the reward. They worshipped Allah, they did not seek the reward in this life. And they, for the you find that Allah, that Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, Ilahi, ma abadtuka khawfan min narik, wala ta'annatik, walakin abadtuka li'annahu ahlun lil'ibadah. That, oh Allah, I do not worship you in fear of your hellfire, and I don't worship you to gain the reward of your Jannah achieve, which is to worship Allah because He deserves to be worshipped. And inshallah tomorrow we will continue our discussion on shaitan and how he misguides mankind. Gathering, we have all come here, we have taken the time to come and to strengthen our relationship with Allah Ta'ala. And I ask you all to pray so that we may be amongst the helpers of the Imam when he returns. And let us recite Surah Al-Fatiha for the founding fathers, Al-Imam Jawad Shurri, and helpers, the ones who have established this great center and this great institution, the board members. And this community is an example for other communities around the states. And it's no coincidence that the center is the largest center in North America, here in the heart of Dearborn, and area code which is 313. And I don't think it's coincidence that it's 313. And the helpers and the general should be a sign and a wake-up call for all of us. And I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this Ramadan the last Ramadan in marhumat, the martyrs of Islam and the founders.